Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. For this video, we're going to check out this thing. This is the Frankford Arsenal Hand DePrimer. So, essentially, you get your casing in there, you squeeze the trigger, and it deprimes your brass. So, I'm going to take this out. Never used this thing before. Stuff that I brought out to deprime here. I've got some 300 blackout. Gonna knock those primers out. Then I've got some 308 here. This is some Remington Premier Match 308 Winchester. Gonna knock those primers out. And then the big stuff, it says it's rated for 338 Lapua. I've got some Remington 338 Lapua Magnum brass here. Save all my brass. So presumably we're going to use the biggest one here, the biggest little collet there. Yeah, we'll use that big one for the 338 Lapua. Let me get it out of the box here, and we'll see if we can put it to use. All right, so real quick inventory check. Everything that came with it here, everything that came in the little package. This came all put together. Has the little catch tube for your primers. It has this wheel here with the small collet already down in there, and then also the medium and the large. I believe the 300 blackout should fit in the smallest collet, which is already in there. So I'll tighten that down a little bit. See how that is looking there. And then take our 300 blackout, get it down in there, get that collet to open up over it. Did I tighten it too much already? This is my first time trying this thing. We'll get faster as we go. Come on. Alright, so the 300 blackout is down in there. See how it's wiggling like that? I'll tighten it down to where I can still get it out, but it's not wiggling side by side. And then I'm going to push that down in there. And there you go. We popped that primer out. So let me grab another one. I'm not going to show you all these hundreds of these because that would be a really boring video. But here's another 300 blackout. See, I'm getting quicker. Push it down in there. Hey, now we got two primers. Grab another one. So 300 blackout, working on the small size collet. Hey, I'm getting quicker on every single one. Put it down in there. And now we got three primers in there. So yeah, this thing's working out really good. All right, now that we got a few of those primers knocked out of those 300 blackouts with the small collet, let's go ahead and swap this out for the medium sized, which should fit the 308. I'm gonna take out that small one, put in the medium sized collet there. Put the O-ring back in the cap there. Get it started on there. And then I'm going to put one of these 308s down on there. And we'll just kind of see. I think that ought to work now. Knock out a 308 primer. Hey, piece of cake. So now that I got that set here, so it's working for 308, let's do a couple more. Hey, if you get the swing of it and have one set for a particular case like this, you can end up doing a bunch really quick. I might as well do this whole box of 308 here real quick while I've got it ready to go. I'm holding it backwards. I can do it faster this way. I was holding it backwards the other way just so you guys can see it better for the screen. But I'm right-handed. Feels better to me to have this in my left hand and use my right hand to get everything else going. So, there we go. I got the hang of this now. I could do a whole bunch of them. There we go. I'm going to finish this box. I'll be right back, and we're going to do some 338 Lapua. Alright, so I finished that little tray of 308s I had. Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the box. 308. This is how I save my brass. And then I have a shelf over here. I got more 308 to do, but just so I can show you guys. We're getting us a pile of popped out primers in there now. Now, I said we're going to do the 338 Lapua. Considerably bigger than 300 Blackout. And what did we just do? 308. So, just like when we swap from the small to the medium, I'm going to swap this from the medium to the big. And we're going to do the same thing. I could see where I could do a whole bunch of these real quick. Or even do multitasking while I'm watching a movie and got time to kill or something. There we go. There's the big one. 338 Lapua. So got that large collet in there. O-ring back there in the cap. And then I'm going to start this on there. Get that 338 Lapua brass. Slide it down on there. Keep turning this down until there's not much wiggle room. Don't want to crank down on this, but just to where you can still get it out, and it's back that off a little bit. Let's try this here. 338 Lapua. Boom. Just as easy as the 308 and the 300 Blackout. I'll do a couple more just to show you guys these. I don't have a full empty box of the 338 Lapua, but I got 5 or 6 of them. Yeah, there we go. Piece of cake. 338 Lapua, I don't send down range just willy-nilly as much as the other stuff. I think last time I bought some of this factory stuff, it was 5-6 beans of trigger squeeze. But we got all this brass, and we can load it. Piece of cake. Sometimes things don't always work this easy, but this is working easy between all these different cartridges. And you can see we're getting that pile of primers in there. That's all the ones that I had to do. 6 out of that box right there. The rest of them are still live. But hey, if this, oh wait, I can't forget that. In the deprimer tool, we're gonna need that. Fill that box back up. I was wondering where that had a hole in it. But yeah, guys, the Frankford Arsenal Hand DePrimer. Super easy to use. Got it working with, what we do? 300 Blackout, 308 Winchester, 338 Lapua. Super simple. Knocking out primers without having to go find my dies, set up the press just to knock out a box of 308, some 300 Blackout, and my 338 Lapua. Once I got in the swing of things, I started knocking those out pretty quick. But super simple tool to use. You can use it on, the box says everything from 20 cal to 338 Lapua. We used it on 300 Blackout to 338 Lapua here quick this morning, testing it out right out of the box. But yeah, super easy tool to knock out those primers, and I didn't have to go set up my dies on the press. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Frankford Arsenal Hand DePriming tool. Pretty nifty little tool to have in your toolbox. My first time using it today. And I know this sucker's going to get a whole lot of use in the future. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. If you need a hand deprimer, definitely go check this thing out. But hey, appreciate y'all. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you on the next one. Look down below. I'll try to find a link where you can find some of these. But hey, appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Hooty-hoo!